That again because I was muted. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome. Um, so this week, funny one, Dan. I won't lie. We've had some areas marked up and we haven't been activated, and price has been pushing. And I keep saying I'm not convinced this is the move down to that 3-2-1-2, and then price drops further. And then I'm like, I'm still not convinced. So we'll go. What we'll do is we'll go straight into a top down on gold, and then we can see what we can see today. I mean, I have grabbed what have I grabbed this week? I think I've grabbed 50 pips. So it hasn't been too bad of a week. So
good enough.
Still doing good. I mean, this month's been fantastic. We're up 956 pips, which is like just shy of 3k on a 50k account. So it's not a bad month, it's not a bad month.
No, it's not a bad month at all.
Oh, good. And this is what people really struggle with, is these, if you look at the money here, people think, oh my God, I'd love that. And this is me hardly taking any trades. That's what people really struggle with. They feel like they have to take a trade every day. But look what we made in May. It was just shy of 5k in May. That was really nice. June, we took one trade. We made $648. Yeah. Woo. And then July, over there, I'm not even sharing my screen now. July, $2,799 we've took at the last day of the month now. So it's been a lovely month. I know we've got today to go off still, but you do not need to take a trade every day. And I think that's why some people sort of they like to follow people who do take a trade every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then you've got to ask yourself, well, why are you not profitable? Why are you not profitable? One trade a day keeps the payments away.
This week.
You're not profitable this week.
No.
No.
No. To trade management. It's what it's been this week. It's sorely let us down.
Really?
So yeah.
What, like not getting out of trades when you should have got out and things like that?
Yeah. So nothing. Not moving to break even or taking partials like I usually do.
Yeah.
Don't know what's been up with this week. So what did it? So I've gone.
You've been on your phone. You've been doing it on your phone, like working now.
Yeah. So I put it on. I opened. I tried a swing trade account with FTMO on the demo. To try and do like some of the higher time frames.
Yeah.
But then, like I say, just then being at work and not having the time to properly look at it and assess it. So, like I say, but then that's what break evens for, and taking partials and things like that. If you're in doubt at any point, just come out. Or so, and EJ 180 pips. And
what,
then
in profit?
In profit, and I did nothing with it. But then it was in one day. What day was it? Okay. All on. Okay. All and then put it out.
Yeah. This is it, man. It's like right. Oh, you're having a lovely time there, boy, Lee.
The band kicking off up there.
Yeah, I like to get the risk off the table, and you've got to just take what you can.
Well, this is it.
But I mean, to be honest, I've been leaving quite a lot of trades lately with the stop loss where it is. But I don't like to. I like to get the risk off the table because stuff like that. So it's probably taught you a lesson, though, hasn't it?
Oh yes.
Well, that's it. As long as we're learning from it, we should be fine. Right, guys, let's do a top down. Morning, Lee. How you doing, mate?
Aye, sound just plodding on as you do.
Nodding on. I like it. I like it. Well, I can't remember when the last time you were on, but
Last week I was.
Are we on last week? Well, we're still on 100%. The stream. We've had 3 sell limits on all week this week, and they're still valid until the weekly closes, really. I'm just looking there. They might even be valid for next week as well, so we'll see. But we haven't been activated.
What's the sell limits?
A sell limit is where price comes up, taps an area, and then activates the sell. Yeah. I mean, we've grabbed. I've actually grabbed 50 pips, but for me it was only a swoop entry, so it was only low profit, but it was still 50 pips. So I've only had 1 trade this week. Other than that, we've been waiting for these sell limits to activate. So let's do. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm up this month on a 50k account. I'm up just shy of 3k. So this month's been fantastic, to be honest with you. And we've only took.
Is this a new channel, like Pete?
No, this is on my account.
It's a live one.
Yeah, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But 3 trades were on 1 setup, so there's technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades I've took this month. And I was just saying to Dan there, like, people, less is more in Forex, and it's so hard for people to understand that. Less is more. You do not need a trade every day, right? You don't feel like you're trading if you're not taking a trade every day. You don't feel like you're part of the community, if you like. But it's just so important that you don't need a trade every day. I've 6 trades I've took this month alone. 6. Yeah, and we're up just shy of 3k. Yeah, in May I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades in May. Yes, one of them was a huge trade. But yeah, it's like you don't need a trade every day. So you just got to be disciplined. It comes back down to being disciplined, waiting for your setup.
So now you're selling it like you're going on them on the weekly time frame or daily?
Weekly, I'll go over them now because we're going to reassess them because they haven't been activated. I mean, all I've been saying this week, I'm not confident that this is the move. I do think we're going to come back up. But we're going to do a full top down again, and then we'll see what we can get from here. So let's have a look. So the monthlies, look how that monthly is. This is the last day of the month. We've got 3 doji candles. Now, I wish there was a way I could get this off. Tell you what, let's do it. Let's get rid of all of our drones. I'll flick them back on, right? So, monthlies. Doji. This would be the 3rd doji. Now, if we look back in history on the monthly time frame, when have you ever seen 3 doji candles all together? It's very, very rare. Very, very rare. So why is that happening? Well, normally when a doji happens, what you tend to do, unless it prints a price action, so whether you get a morning star or an evening star, where's me? It's gone. Where's my candles gone? There we go. So normally, if you get a doji, you need price action with it. Otherwise, you just ignore that doji. So if price is moving up, all I would do is and we create a doji, I actually pretend it's not there. So let's say we get that. So we've got a doji candle there. I pretend that's not there until I get price action, where it's like a morning star. So if I get something like that, then that whole price action is a evening star, sorry. So that's a sign of reversal, okay? But we haven't had that yet. So what I do is, when it's a doji, I ignore it and I go off the previous candle. So technically we're still bullish until we get that evening star. And the reason being is because gold, especially gold, can do this a lot. There's a doji. Look what happened with the next candle. It's carried on. So you just ignore the doji until price prints price action. Now, so that's what I normally do. And then we've had another doji. Then we've had another doji. So what does that mean? If this closes like this, now we need to start looking at it and go, okay, 3 dojis without driving up. Why? What's the reason? Why? Surely at that point, we're running out of liquidity. We need to come back down. So it's a great sign that next month we could really see a nice drop on gold. And I believe that can happen because the weekly I'm expecting price to come. And I love this because I haven't been trading gold because it's been all-time highs, and I was trading NAS's swapped. NAS's all-time highs, gold's coming down, and I much prefer gold. So it's coming down lovely, which is really nice. Now, if we say then, well, next month, where could we see the monthly come down to? Well, the next support here is this level at 2791. That's the previous support. So yes, we could see price come all the way down to them levels, or at least start heading down. It might not be one candle, but we could start getting something like that. Top way back down. So where it takes a couple of months to get down, but still we should be heading down, and it means we've got ranges to play with on the left hand side, so that's ideal for us. So monthly at the moment, yeah, we haven't got much of a bottom wick, so we've got to go down the lower time frames really until price action, right? But yes, we can see that price can fly down. Now, what have we got on the weekly then? When we come down to the weekly, I've been saying this for weeks, and you guys been getting on my streams, probably watch along, and you do take note, and you'll probably find, I will blow smoke my own ass, you'll probably find that I'm quite right with where price moves, right? I don't like blowing smoke my own ass, but I've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks that this zone here is the weekly range. Let me put this thicker for you. This is the weekly range, right? We broke below, and I was saying, okay, well, we need to come and fill this range now, because there's only one reason we faked out here to come back down, is because we need to break these lows. So we're expecting price to come down to 3203. We then printed bullish, which was new data. Okay, new data. So we waited a while. Price still closed respecting this level. We then had another bullish candle, still closed respecting this level. We then had a bearish candle, still closed respecting this level. Then we've had a liquidity grab to the upside and flip bearish, still closed respecting this level. And then we've opened up and we started to push down. Now, the only thing what we wanted, this is where our wingbacks were, is we were expecting this weekly to have a steeper top wick tapping 3357. That's what I was expecting price to do. Now, it might not happen now. It could still happen now. We're not on the weekly. Well, there's 2 days left of the weekly. So we've got to say, okay, well, in order for this weekly to flip back up, tap that, and then come back down to this level to close bearish, it means we'd have to see 2 daily candles today. We'd have to see something like that on the dailies. Yeah, so can the dailies do that? Well, we'll have a look on the lower time frame. So what we're expecting with the weekly, well, we've got the liquidity now to drive straight through if we want to drive straight through. Or are we going to take another week? Are we going to take another week? So could it be next week where this candle closes similar to this, and then the next weekly comes up top wick, and then that's the one what comes through. The reason I know that price can drive straight through on one candle is because when we look left, you've got one candle through, one candle through, one candle through, one candle through, another candle through. So it's quite a clean traffic range down. And if we constantly closing like this, why are we doing that? There's only one reason. It's because we need to break this low. We haven't broke this low yet, right? But then the next issue is these are weekly time frames, weekly candles. So how do we get in on the lower time frame? That's what we've got to work out, and that's what we've been trying to do to get in. Good morning, Tony. Cheers, buddy. You should do $1,000 challenge series. I should do. I've got loads of ideas for challenges on stream, so they'll be coming soon. I'm just putting my feet back in on stream. Once people start getting on the streams, and then yeah, I'll start whacking some challenges out. So what we expecting with the weekly then to this week? 2 days left. This weekly currently for me can still do anything. It can pull back close, small bearish. It can flip and still respect this level. It can push all the way through. So at the moment, the weekly can still do anything. So that means we're going to have to come down the time frame. So what are we seeing now, right? So we had an area marked up, which was this level, which it tapped perfectly. And this is what I'm saying. When I mark up these zones, they tend to get tapped perfectly. So we had this area marked up where this was sort of the advantage point for the weekly. You've got loads of taps where price comes down to here. And then this is a decision making area. So if we look left and we look at the only areas we're looking at is the times where price has been up here and then came down. So if we go off the first one, what has the first one done? First one's came down, tapped these areas, and then pulled back to these zones. Okay? And then you came through and tapped the zone. This one comes down, closes further up, pulls back, taps these zones, and then drives through to the zone. This one comes down, taps this zone, pushes back up to these levels, doesn't drive down, actually pulls back for another top wick. And then this one, the one we're on, could we see, we haven't closed yet, remember? So yes, we could still be respecting this, but this could easily flip to the downside. Could this flip and drive? The difference to this area here is we've had a weekly liquidity grab, where these areas we hadn't. That's the difference. So this one has got quite a lot of liquidity in order to drive down. So could we just flip? Now, if we can work out, we can see all the patterns, but if we can work out, well, what does price do even if it reverses? Could we sort of work out an ambush to get in where price even reverses? Well, this is where we need to have a look. So if we look at, so this one is the only one that reverses from here, and this comes down to this level. Okay, actually, sorry, these ones reverse from here, but doesn't have to come that far. So if we pull this to this in our zone, we move that to there. So what we've identified is we've got a tap there before rejection, tap there before rejection, tap there before rejection. So could we not, if we know that this gets tapped before pushing back up, could we not get a sell stop underneath? Whereas if this daily is going to flip, I'm not saying it's going to, if it is going to flip, this would be our advantage point. This would be our take price move to break even. Stops would just be the wick of how far this daily is. And then we're looking to come and fill this range. Could we grab this? I think we could off the daily. I think that's something we could look at. Yeah. And then if price does flip, you should tap that even if you want to come back up. But if we don't want to come back up and we want to drive through, then yeah, we could see one candle drive all the way through. We could grab that. Okay. So that's a potential we can look at shortly. Now, what if we know the weekly can come back up to here? So in order to see that weekly come back up here, what would we need to see on the daily? Well, we would need to see this daily close bullish today, at least. I don't where at. If we look left, we've got one here, and then if we got another daily came up, but the issue on that is that means the weekly would be closing bullish, and that's not what we want. We would need these to get activated and then push away from price. So that means we would really need this daily to do some pumping today. We would need this to do maybe something like that. And that would give us enough time for the next daily to push up and then flip back bearish. Even if it's like that, that means the weekly would still close bearish, and then following week top wick and start moving down. That would be perfect. So if we look left, has price ever done that before? Well, let's have a look. So if we, I know we've had a gap here, so it really throws things off. But if you look at this candle, this is what I'm looking at. Candle comes up, taps this zone, and then prints bearish. And then we start moving down with a new weekly candle. So could we get something like that? I would be pretty interested. And this is what I'm saying in regards to the wingbacks are still valid. Because even if we're on this and on this, these are the two areas where price pulls back, right? Other than that, price drives straight through, which we might get in with a sell stop underneath. So we'll catch that as well if it does do that. But if price does pull back, this is where our wingbacks are. Our wingbacks are here. And even if price really wants to drive up, you still tap and pull away to these levels before driving up. So this would be our take partial move to break even, all of that good stuff. So, and same as on this one, we pull back to these levels. So, if I now put back on where we've got our wingbacks and we can see what it looks like on the daily time frame where the wingbacks are. So let's get the areas up. Good morning, Jace. So currently the daily can do anything. It can flip to the downside, which we're probably going to look at getting some sell stops underneath, right? We're going to go down the lower time frames to see if we can get some buys up if the daily is going to drive up. So our sell, we expect to stick that way. Okay, so with the first wing back is 3, 3, 4, 5, 10. 3, 3, 4, 5. Four, 5, 10. So we've got a wing back sell round about there. That's the first wing back there. Okay. The second wing back, because we've got 3 areas where price can reject from, right? 3 areas. The second wing back is 3357, 3357.43, which is bang on the weekly zone. And then we've got a third wing back, which is 3368, 3368.60, which is there. Another wing back sell, wing back sell, wing back sell, and our stops are stops are 337951, 3379.5.
Is that on all of them, Peter?
That's the 3 wing backs I've got on. Yeah.
And there's
So-
stop for every single, same stop for all.
Same stuff for them all, right? So the way I've done this,
Yeah.
because if you remember the zones, what we said, we're looking at this one, we're looking at this one, we're looking at this one. They're the only 3 zones where it came from these levels. So that's what we've got to look at. The other ones we can't really go off. Right? We've got to go off the ones what has came from this level. So this pulls back and look, tap, then reject, price comes all the way back down. And where's the other one? This one drove straight through, nothing we can do about that. This one pulls back, doesn't tap the third one, but taps the first and second one, and then pulls all the way back down. Now, with the take partial areas, where can we look at price for take partial? The take partial on here is different. So you know what I'm like in regards to smaller time frames. My take partials. So my take partial on the second trade is the entry of the first trade, because I like to get the risk off the table early. But if we just look at the daily, and we know the areas what we'll expect, so we're expecting this area, we're expecting these. What happens next? That's what we've got to work out. What happens next with price? Well, price tends to push down to at least this level, this level, this level. I know these push to here, but what we have to do is go, okay, 100% of the time, where does price push to? Well, 100% of the time, price pushes to here. So this would have to be our area of taking quite a lot out of the trade for me personally. So that then would be our take partial area. Or go risk free as well. I mean, I'd be going risk free earlier, but as per the trade ideas. But this would be, I would take partial. I would take quite a lot. But our overall target is going to be 3203 because that's not being tapped yet. Okay, so what we've highlighted is, yes, this weekly can still do it. But also next weekly could do it. Also, it might be next week what does it. So what I'm looking to do though is probably get a sell stop underneath this daily in case this does flip. That's my advantage point of 3260. And if it does flip and drive, at least we've caught something. But I'm going to go down the time frames and see if we can find some nice zones where we just start breaking below the zones. And that's going to initiate the thingy. So we could be bullish or bearish today. It really depends. Happy with that so far?
Yeah.
Lovely, jubbly. Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I was going to say. So the way I've got these trades on is I'm risking 0.5% on the first one. 0.5% on the first one for a 4-to-1. So this is 0.5% risk. Then the second one is the same lot size as the first one. And remember, if you panic in drawdown, because we know price can come straight through to the second trade. So this will be like maybe 0.3%. And then on the last one, it'll be like 0.1, maybe. Same lot size again. This will be 0.1. But you look at the risk to reward, it would be 0.1. So that'll be like $50, right? $100 maybe on a 50k account. So, but look at the 15 to 1 trade, 15 to 1. Okay, so the overall risk on these three entries is less than 1% of an account, with quite a high return in regards to risk to reward. So it could be really nice, right? But these are high time frame trades, remember, so they can take longer. I mean, if we look at them weeklies, it doesn't tap and just drop.
Is this a daily? Yeah.
Yeah, daily.
Win back sells, yeah.
Yeah, wing back sell. These are daily. These, yeah, daily wing back sells. Daily wing back sells. Okay, and these are still valid this week, still, and they're probably going to still be valid next week as well, even if we print bullish. Because if we print bullish here, that's today's day, and then we've one more day left of the weekly. Look at the next daily. That daily could be the one what comes up to activate, and then you get another bullish candle. And you might be thinking, "Shit, we're wrong. We're in drawdown the first trade. We're at breaking even on the second, and then the third one is the one what drops through the floor." Okay, this is what I'm saying. So don't worry about if you're in drawdown. These are just three areas where price can reject from. Okay, so let's go down the lower time frame, see if we can catch something this morning. So
Are you got them set up? Have you got them set already, people?
yeah, they're on in the trade ideas.
Oh, have you actually set them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, all right, no worries. I'm gonna look at that.
Yeah, I've had the wing backs on for all this week, really. To be honest with you, right, on Tuesday, I think it was. Yeah, Tuesday, when I done my top down, so I was back doing my top down. We identified this area here, this wing back sell area, where the first area, right? My original wing back sell was a tad higher. It was like that. yeah. And then on Tuesday, when I originally put them on, and then on Tuesday, when I was doing my top-down analysis, I was like, oh, this wing back needs to be down a bit. Needs to be sort of around them levels, right? And then when I looked back, look what price had already done. It'd done it on the Monday already. So that's something. If I caught that on the Monday, that's where our wing back, we could have got in on that. That would have been a beautiful trade. So
That's a liquidity grab as well, isn't it?
yeah, but I'm still thinking that could get tapped because you need bearish candles here, price to come down and then come back up to this to tap. That's what tends to happen. So it's still valid, this wing back area. But yeah, that would have tapped lovely.
This was on the 6 hour.
This was on sort of the daily time frame. On the daily.
6 on the chart.
Yeah, it's just because I'm just showing you sort of the tap.
Oh.
Whereas the daily, I don't think it's. Yeah, it does a bit actually. There you go, look. Taps it just lovely and comes down to our take parcel area, which we'd had marked up.
So now you take partial, do you just take like something like 25%, or you take half?
I take more really. I take between 50 and 75%. Believe it or not. But it depends on the trade. So lately, oil, and I'll show you the oil in a minute. When I got that trade in May, it was just shy. It was about 4.5k. That was, I didn't take any really until I hit a certain zone. So it just, I've been leaving them lately, but all depends on the charts, and this is what I keep harping on about. Like, in regards to trading, you've got to be flexible all the time. Every trade's different. You might not move to risk-free because of a certain reason straight away. You might move to risk-free. It's all different all the time. And this is why, I actually do believe that's how you have to trade. If you're going off like, I'm not saying rule-based strategies don't work at all, because they do work, because that's what I used to do with OB and things like that. But I think if you can adapt to the market as that's moving, it's always changing. It's not contradicting yourself. It's moving with the chart. The candles are printing every minute, every second. Like, it's so hard to go off rule-based strategies when we've got the labyrinth of the internet in front of us. It's always changing. So we've got to adapt. So I've been mixing things up lately, really. My trading is like the best it's ever been, I would probably say. Even from last year's streaming, with fantastic stats again. So
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries.
Just going to 2 minutes.
So 6 hour, what's going on with the 6 hour? I want to see if we can get some buys up. Difficult with buys at the minute because the daily is still bearish and we haven't closed bullish as of yet. So we've got no bottom wick, no top wick on the 6 hour. Doesn't really give us much info. Let's put the Meraki in. Probably need to tap that area. Number 3. 2. One. Say again, Jade.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
You know anybody who can drive my wagon while I sit at home and do this trade thing?
AI, mate. Yeah, I'll be doing that soon. Don't worry. Don't you worry, Jace.
Just don't forget to PM me.
Yeah. So if we're going to break these lows again, we're likely going to come to this. So could we just not get a sell stop underneath the daily? So if this daily is going to flip, it's highly probable we're going to have to tap 3260. So that would be our... But here's the thing, the daily can still... There's probably still enough time for the daily to come down, tap, and then still flip to the upside. But at that point, we'd have to go risk-free. But where would our stops be? Because... So my stops would be above the wick. Above the wick of the daily. But this daily is still moving, still pushing up. It means I would have to monitor it. So until I see some sort of structure, so if I can get something like that, then stops would just be the high. Could have a sell stop below the daily, advantage point. And if we do flip and drive, fantastic. Flips and drives. If it taps, activates, took some partial, we go risk free for price to come back up. It comes up for our main trades. Because in order to take buys up now, we've got 20 minutes left of this hour. We haven't created any structure yet. We're just bullish, bullish, bullish. Bullish, bullish, bullish. We need to create some sort of structure. So I'd need something like this. And there's structure, and then we can take a buy up once we break out. But this could be a while, guys, which is not ideal. Let's go see if we can get a 30 zone. Finish there, man.
We're looking for sniper entries on the lower time frame now, are you?
Yeah. So we're very bullish. We haven't had any structure created to the downside yet, but we are hitting a zone. We're gonna have to pull back, but when is it? If we got something like we can maybe take a swoop entry where if this 15 say breaks out like that, yeah, this 15 breaks out and then we get a fake out, we could look at selling advantage point to break the lows in order for price to come and break that low. I'm not saying it's going to drive down, I'm just saying the way we can get in, grab something this morning, because at the moment it looks like we're going to have to wait because we've got no structure whatsoever. So price is going to have to create some sort of structure, and then you could either buy, or if you come back below, sell. But how long is that going to take? It's going to take a while. Okay, we'll come back to gold. We might have sell stops on though. If anything, we'll get sell stops underneath the daily, because if this daily does flip, it's highly likely it's going to come down to 3260. And it might even come all the way through to 3203, but it's just working on the stops. Let me just have a quick look at NAS. Oh my god. Holy hell. So, wow. That would have been noticed.
I heard my little one in the background.
She got it in a headlock.
No, she's very cheeky now. She's saying, get out my house. I was just saying to her mom.
So, I'm going to show you something here, right? And I said this on stream. I know you wouldn't have watched the recordings back in the stream, right? But this is a fantastic tip for you, right? This is a fantastic tip. So are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? If you image price, when it creates structure, it's like walls. And you would have heard me say this, but I want to show you an example on that. And I said this the day before, right? So I was looking at sells below this level. When we were like this, I said, okay, we're looking at, once we break this high, I'm looking at sells below here. And the reason being, when I said we could get sells below there, I think price is going to completely fill all this range here. All this is going to fill it. And it's going to fill it fast. And people are like, well, why do you think it's going to fill it fast? Well, this is the reason. It's because if you look at price, where it's just moved up with no pullbacks. Yeah. So what this is doing on a smaller time frame, what you'll find is price will probably look something like this. Yeah. So on the pullbacks, this creates them what? Support and resistance. Yeah. But what you notice with the support and resistance, there's only one tap of them. So when there's only one tap of support and resistance, that means it's like it's a weak wall. And if you image price, this is how I image price. I image price being a person trying to run through walls, right? So when price comes through now, because these walls are quite weak, that person can run through quite a lot of walls and really power down, right? But when you've got zones like this, so when you've got zones where price, support, resistance, support, resistance, where you've got two taps, 1, 2, 1, 2. It means these walls are like double layers, so it's hard for that person then to run through them all. So it might just break, retest, break, retest, or it might bounce off one to then come back through. So it won't drive through. So I said with Naz, if we get a close below these levels, we could sell down to fill this range, right? Now, it didn't happen till later on in the day, but if you look what price done, look at that. 2 candles. I want to go back. 2 candles. I wouldn't have got in on this. It would have dropped too much for me. But 2 candles, you get the gist. 2 candles completely fills this whole range. Okay, so that's a tip for you in the future. If you see price moving up like this, you then know that these walls are quite weak, so price can really drop through. Where did we see this happen? What pair did we see this happen the other day? Gold. Gold done it. Gold. So are you ready? So, look what price done here. Up, 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 up. Yes, obviously this is 1 hour time frames. Okay, so it is doing this, right? But you're not getting the big support levels where you're creating, right? And then price just absolutely bombs through the floor. Now this was probably news, to be honest, what done this. But you get the gist of that, what price can do. Now, look what's happening with price now. Up, up, up. So how far are we going to push up before we get a nice drop? That's what we've got to work out. And if we can work this out, then yeah, we can really grab some nice pips. So
What about the next OB?
when?
The next OB, will it move to that, do you think, at the top there?
Not sure. I mean, yeah, there is an OB, but I don't really go off OBs. No. What I would need to see now is I need to see some sort of structure. So once I get some sort of structure like that, then you've got 2 zones to go off. If that breaks above, you can potentially take buys up. Or if we break below, we can potentially take sells down.
Yeah.
But we haven't had anything. This is what I'm saying. It's I'm trying to see if we can get a swoop entry, a lower time frame entry. Otherwise, it's probably going to be no trade. But at least we can still get sell stops underneath the daily. But I much prefer. See, I don't think this is the move. Still, I'm still saying it. I said I didn't think this was the move, right? And now even though we dropped like this, and I'm like, fuck, maybe it is the move. Because we reject them from this level. If we get a daily close today, bullish, then yeah, that's confirmed that this is not the move. I might be wrong. But I'm pretty adamant price is going to come back to these levels. But again, I'm not always right. And that's all it is. Probability. As long as I'm right 60% of the time, I should be profitable. You know what I mean?
Now you just work off zones, don't you, Pete?
I just work off zones and what the candles show me, really. So you've had a 6 hour. So price can easily push up to.
Like me being adventurous.
Say again, Jace.
Should be more like me, adventurous.
Adventurous, yeah. 10 lots on gold for shits and gigs.
Yeah.
So we have got an area we could reject from here, right? We could reject from this level at 3322. I'm just thinking, could we get a little back on? No, I wouldn't dare that. Price can easily just come straight through. Yeah, it's not ideal, this, guys. So the only thing we've got to go off really, right, is if we work off the 15, we've had that breakout like I mentioned. So we've got a breakout. If this 15 can close back in, okay, we could potentially sell down or sell down advantage point, or if we close back above at that point, then we could buy up. But I need something. I need some sort of pullback or something. At the moment, there's nothing much I can really do. Just want to have a look at this daily again, because if I get these sell stops on, could we come back down? We would have to get activated on this daily if we get the sell stops on the daily. If we don't, we would delete the next day, because if this closes bullish, say, the next daily could come down, create the bottom wick for that daily to then flip, to then come up. And that then would leave a bottom wick like so. Yeah, there's no trade for me on NAS, guys. Oh, it's smashing all-time highs again. Being a bitch. Let's have a look at oil. So oil, yeah. So oil's been a bit of a bitch. Okay. So I'm looking at getting buys again above 67.80, as long as we don't tap 71.10. That's what I'm looking at. So if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we had buy stops above here, above this weekly. We had buy stops because we were expecting this weekly to flip to the upside. The advantage point was this. And what price done? Faked out back to the downside. And then if this weekly can close bullish back above this level, I'll get in for another buy. Right? But as long as we don't tap this level, because that's my advantage point. If we do tap that level, it means we could mess about for a while in here and you just bounce up and down. So there's just no point. So we are close on oil. We are very close. Other than that, I'm looking at sells around 80.37 for then a retest, and then I'm looking at more buys for a swing trade. Yeah, because I'm expecting oil to come up to 106. 106 level, so we're close. We're getting there. But yeah, what time are we on here? 9 o'clock. I'll give it till 9:30, guys. See if we can grab anything off the 15. But it's not looking too good at the moment. Okay. Anybody want me to look at anything while we're here? I'll be on till 9:30 to see what price does. But at the moment, guys, we might potentially have sell stops on the daily. But other than that, we've still got the 3 sell limits on. These are still valid for me. Or whether you're going to get activated now. So yeah, that's all I've got for you. Guys. Unfortunately.
I'm going to set them up today for the sell limits.
Yeah, no, it just be in the trade IDs in Discord. Remember, at the bottom I've adjusted a couple of entries, right? So you need to adjust accordingly. And basically, it was that wing back sell where I'd moved it a bit lower. 3, 3, 4, 5.
Also, which one you adjusted? 3, 3,
4, 5.
Oh, is that a 4, 9?
Yeah.
4, 5, yeah?
Yeah.
3, 3,
Yeah,
2, 8.
It's just 3 areas where price can reject from. And the
Oh,
take
right, so I know
partials
that
on
now.
here, the take partials on here are not this one. I don't think. No. Take part. Take you want 3 3
So
3
four,
7.
4-9 goes to 4-5, 4-5-10.
3 3 3 7 is the take partial, the first one. It's quite tight, really.
3, 4, 5, 10. It's obviously
Yeah.
3, 3, 2 is. And one is 3, 3, 4, 5, 10. Then 3, 3, 2 8. Which one was that talking over? 3, 3, 2 8.
I'll leave that on for you. Yeah, put these on this. I want to put these on the other account.
6, 8, 5, 7, 4, 30. I've got that. And 3, 3, 4, 5, 10.
3 3 4 5. Why is that 6 4? It's 10, isn't it?
3, 4,
3 3
4,
4
5,
5
6, 4,
10.
6.
No, 3 3 4 5 10. That should be. I don't know why that's like that. I think it's because I moved when I was. Yeah, sorry, mate. My bad, mate. My bad. My bad.
I've got that now. Yeah. I've got the exact same as that now.
Come on. Go on, Lee. No
I was
messing,
going to
Lee.
put 0.5 on each.
You know what?
Put 0.5 on each. I usually risk 2% of trade anyway, so
Put a
Yeah.
fiver on each way.
I 5 each way, right?
Yeah, but you've just got to be careful with, because I mean that's what 1.5%. Try and put yourself in about to lose 1.5% on
True.
this trade. Honestly,
What are you doing,
you'll feel because we know we can definitely go into drawdown on the first two trades straight away, right? And if you have any,
0.5.
if you start sweating or panicking or whatever, there you're risking too much.
Yeah.
I would literally put.
0.5 on the first one. 3, 4, 5. Put 0.5. Is that right?
I've got like 0.5 and then this one's like 0.3. It's the same lot size. So all I would do, work out your lot size for 0.5 on the first swing trade, yeah? See what your lot size is, and then when you put the second two on, use the same lot. And the reason why I do this, right?
Cash amount. That's
What?
I use. I just go 500, 300, 200.
Oh yeah, just do that. Whatever,
I've got
whatever
that,
works for you.
I've got that trade manager.
All right, yeah. Because the reason why we do this is, let's say this one. The reason why I do it, even yes, if you put 0.5, you know, you're gonna at least get profit. But if I use the same lot size, if price pushes up, activates, goes straight into drawdown. It's this one. Activates. If this pulls back and I don't like the trade, yeah, I've grabbed this profit from the same lot size, but with less risk. Less risk. Yeah, and I can close this one at break even, and I move this to risk free, and the risk is gone, and I'm in. That's it. But if it doesn't play out and we push straight through, you've lost one. You know, it's basically you're saying, right, I'm happy to risk 0.5% on this one trade, but I'm having three attempts to get in on the trade. That's what you're doing, really.
Yeah.
3 areas. So, but it's up to you how you work. Like I say, like this is just. I'll just tell you what I do.
You risk 1%.
Yes, well, it'll be about just shy of 1%. That's.
I think what my problem is, I'm a good greedy.
Yeah, mate, but like honestly,
I really am.
You've just got to, and this is what I was saying at the start of this stream: is greed's the hardest thing to get over, and this is why you feel like you've got to get a trade every day. But I mean, look at my stream. I've showed you. You do not need many trades at all. At all. It's all about the monthly. If you can take a payment out every month, you're laughing. Do you know what I mean? Even if that's one trade. June, I took one trade. It was like 600, about 500, 550 quid or something. Like, it wasn't much, but still, that was from one trade. You do not need many trades whatsoever. So, discipline over greed.
Oh, no, that's the hardest thing. But everybody, it's hard to overcome, isn't it?
Yeah. It'll soon kick you in your teeth, though.
Well, it is because you would rather see like hundreds in profit than, you know, like 20, 30 quid, 40 quid. So you just think, oh, I'll up me lot, but then that's where you start to, you see losses and you see big losses come in. Or it's just, you know, you're sitting watching it and you think, well, I'll just shift my stop loss a little bit.
I've done that a few times as well, by the way.
We've all done it. We've all done it. But it's
move this way, move it, then it still gets stopped.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. You're trailing it up, watching it move up, and you just think, oh, just a little bit more, a little bit more.
It's going to reverse. It's going to reverse.
Yeah.
It doesn't even budge. You think, oh my God.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
You're kicking yourself.
I think it's like the Forex gods know when you're being greedy. It's like they know when you're holding a position because you wanted that little bit extra cash. They know. And then they're like, nah, let's reverse it. Dump it now. But yeah.
I get better in it. I'm the god of blowing accounts.
Who's this?
You, Jace, that is. But
I am the god of blowing accounts.
we love a blown account.
You lost a few of them, huh?
Oh yes. Oh, agreed.
But yeah, I mean, you'll soon get over greed when you start fucking up and it's pissing you off and it's frustrating you and you're getting angry and you feel you're not worthy and your confidence goes through the floor and you just look back and think, well, why? I need this to work. Why is it not working? Because I'm being greedy. I wish there was a way. Well, there is a way really, but people just don't have the discipline. There's a way where you can hide your MT4. You don't see your balance. Change it to pips. There is a way you can change it to just pips so you don't see your balance. Because I'm telling you now, people will trade a lot better. If you can just go off TradingView and not your MT4, especially when you start opening your accounts. So I first went from a 10k live account, yeah, to 100k. And that was hard at first because it wasn't just £10, £20 profit I was making. It was now like getting into its thousands. Do you know what I mean? So what I was doing is, I was looking at price on TradingView and go, okay, yeah, price is looking good. We definitely should come up to this level. But then I'd glance at my MT4 and think, bloody hell, $500. I'd love $400. I'd take $400 out and leave the rest in. I'd love $400 for the day. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'll just take partial now. Even though TradingView's telling me that, well, price should come up to here. Like 90% chance it should come up. The odds are really good. Whereas if I didn't look at my MT4, I would just go off at TradingView. I would let price up there, and that might be $3,000, $4,000. You know what I mean? So what I'd recommend is don't look at your balance. Just go off TradingView and get in the habit. Start training your brain now, where you put a trade on and you just go off TradingView. Set your alerts on your TP and your stop loss or whatever, but just don't look at your MT4. Look at the end of the month, see where the balance is. Maybe that'll be a good tip for you.
Aye, that's all. Sometimes when I put a trade on, I'm constantly having a look, see where it's at.
Do you know why? Because
Right.
it's, and this is not to insult you at all, it's the betting mentality. It's because you get the buzz, and I used to do like syndicates. I used to do a syndicate with the football lads every week. We'd put a bet on, and it's that buzz of looking at your money, what you can make from it. But you get the same buzz from seeing the MT4 go up and down. That's where people find the buzz, seeing the money move. Do you know what I mean? So that's why people have to look at it. People have to look at it, especially at the start. But we need to get out of that mindset, really.
Everyone does it though, don't they?
Of course they do. Of course they do. I still do it now, but I get the point where I can control it. And I know if I just go off trading view, like, so I've got my two monitors. So my MT4 is on and this is what's difficult now. So when I used to take a trade, I used to close my MT4, not close it down, but minimize it so I wouldn't look at it. And that trained my brain not to see. But now when I'm recording, it has to be open so people can see. But I rarely look at my profit. Now I just look at trading view. I go, okay, that 5 looks like it's struggling a bit. Okay, I'm going to take some partial, and I'll come over. I don't care what the profit is. I mean, the other day I took $85 profit because here's the thing: TradingView was telling me price was struggling and we can reject from here. But if I looked at my MT4 and think, oh my god, that's only $50, I can't take that. So you wouldn't take it, would you? And you'd leave your stops where because you want more profit, going back to greed. So then if I didn't take partial and went risk-free, price did reverse and would have hit my stops. And that's how you get stop losses. And that's how you lose.
Do you know
what I mean?
This is why you always take something off that table.
That's why
You should know you've had a bit.
Yeah, because I won't lie, I did struggle. And maybe this is my greed problem. I struggled being in a trade for 2-3 hours, not taking any partial, and price coming back and stopping me out for break even and not getting anything. I struggled with that. I just think I've been sat in that 3-4 hours, all the emotions and then not to get anything from the trade. And that's why I always take partial. Well, I don't always take partial now. I'm starting to not take partial on some trades. It really depends. But you're always improving. This is the thing. As long as you're always improving. If you think about it, if you're always improving, even if it's 1% a day, right? It means you're eventually going to get there. There's no, because you're always improving. At some point, you're going to tip the scales to being consistently profitable.
So do you know your TPs on these? Are you got all your TPs different?
All my TPs are 3203, but I will be taking partial around 3301 now.
On all of them?
Yeah, probably. Even though on the trade ideas, the TPs are closer, but
So if I set the TP 1, break even.
So the TP1 of the first one, it's quite close. I think it was just the previous support. Let me have a look. 49. TP1 was 3337. 3337. 750. It's about there on the first one. So if price comes up, taps, that's TP1. That is 78 pips. Yeah. On the second one, TP1 is the entry of the first one. And the reason why I do that is because it makes you think, okay, well, I'll go risk-free on the second trade and I'll take partial. And if I want to, I can close this one out full of break even. And I've completely got rid of all the risk on the table.
So and the third one the same sort of
setup? And the third one's the same. TP. But the thing with these, right, is let's say you get in on these trades. This is why it's actually handy to have a couple of entries, because I'll work this out. There's loads of things you can do. It gives you more chance to get out, believe it or not. But people don't like to put extra trades on. But I'm using the same risk as what I would use on a one trade. 1%. I normally risk 2%. I'm risking 1% on these. But people are like, oh my god, 3 trades. Oh, you're mad, you. Crazy, you, man. But
you're splitting it, aren't you?
What's good is if price comes up now, and then all of a sudden, I'm deep in drawdown on 2 trades. Or 3 trades, say. Let's say I'm here, so I'm in drawdown on all 3 trades. And then all of a sudden, the daily or the 6 hour or the forward closes in a way I don't like. Let's say this is a zone here and the 6 hour closes like that, say, yeah, and my risk management is if the 6 hour closes above here, I look to manage risk and get out, right? The good thing what can happen now is all I need now is I need to find the sweet spot on these trades. So where's the sweet spot? So the sweet spot would be half of these trades. So I'd need to work out at what point would break even be on all 3 trades. So let's say it's around about there. So I only need now price, and let's say this, I don't know, the 6 hour. I'm just using the 6 hour. Let's say the 6 hours close like that, and then we know how candles move, don't we? If price breaks into a new zone, what normally happens is price pulls back first, taps previous support, and then flips and moves up, doesn't it? So all I need now is price to push back to here. I don't even need price to come all the way back to break even to get out. All I need price to do is price to push back to there, and I can close all my trades for break even. And I'm still deep in drawdown on this one, but obviously I'm in profit on this one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's a nice, easy way where you can still get. Yeah. So this one gives you the profit what covers the loss on these ones, and that's how you get out at break even. Tell you what, we're dropping the sauce today, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
We're dropping the sauce. Ketchup. I'm just gutted that the way the candles are now, because might be no trade. Well, I say might be no trade. We can still get sell stops off the daily, but doesn't mean it's going to get activated on stream.
Thank you very much. Just sorry, that here arriving.
Right. I've got these trades on a different account now. Nice. Yeah, we're still just pumping, aren't we? What time are we on? I'll give it another 15 minutes, guys. I can't see much happening here. And there's now going on a NAS. And then oil's not ready yet. Anyway, football, guys. Should we have a rant? Honestly, I've never avoided social media so much. Never. Did you hear what come out? I don't know how true it is, but there was reports about other players booting off with Isaac.
Aye.
For bringing this distress this late when we've just won a cup, we're in Champions League, knowing we haven't got another replacement for him to even bring this. So I don't know how true that is, but I can actually see that happening, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think rightly so. I think, you know, if he'd come out at the beginning of the window or just before the window and said, I want out.
Yeah.
I've been promised certain things that haven't been met. And over the last 2 transfer windows, we haven't really invested in the first team squad.
Yeah.
Then I could understand, because then it gives them enough time to say, right, okay, well, we'll either offer you this contract if you want to stay. If you don't want to, then it's out there for people to come in and bid, so we've got enough time to replace you.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks before the window closes, I think is a massive disrespect.
Yeah. Do you know what I would do, Dan?
What's gone on in the background? So
Do you know what I would do, honestly? Because players have got far too much power, right? And this is why I don't know if you see my rant on Facebook, did you?
I did.
Fuck it, I was just pissed off. I don't know why. 'Cause I don't normally post really on Facebook, but I don't know. I think it's ruining football at the moment. Like, if you were challenging when PSR come in, that's it. You'll stay up there. If you were mid-table, you'll stay there. So wherever you were in that league structure, if you like, and we were a mid-table team technically, right? PSR's come in, and unfortunately, I think it just holds you there.
Yeah.
How can look at all the transfer targets we've went for, and we've been the majority of the time we've just been outbid on wages. We can't afford the wages, even though we can, but we're not allowed. So and all the top clubs, all they'll do, they'll want to keep someone, especially Newcastle, because obviously with all the money, they'll want to keep us down. And I wouldn't be surprised if they've got an agreement. Anyone Newcastle goes for, one of us has to buy him and offer them more money. It's the only way we're going to keep them down. Honestly, because they're just buying up all the best players. And it comes down to the players as well. Like, they're just going for the money. And this is what's really sad about the football. It really puts you off the football. And like, it's such a shame. But this is what I would do with Isaac. I would say you're not going anywhere for at least another year. You're on a 3-year contract. You've got 3 years left in your contract. You're not going anywhere. Listen to this. Do you think he's going to sit in or not put any effort in training or not want to play? He's got the World Cup next year. He's going to want to play.
And he's going to want to play for a move.
He's going to want to play for a move. He's going to want to play to get in the Sweden team. He's going to want to be scoring goals. He's still going to play. He's staying. I'll just say we haven't got a replacement. He's staying. But I think Eddie Howe's a bit too nice with his players. I think. Like, here's another thing, right? If you're going to sell your best player, you do not sell them to a rival club. And I put a comment on the Newcastle Chronicle the other day, and I said we don't sell them to a rival and some idiot, because they're some stupid fans. When Liverpool are not a rival, you're stupid. Liverpool's not a rival. This is where we've got a mid-table mentality. Everybody in the Premier League is a rival. I'm not on about local rival. I'm on about a rival. Everyone in the Premier League is a rival to us. We should not be selling our best teams to rivals. If he wants to go, we sell him abroad. When Man U were the greatest team in the world, right, with Alex Ferguson, did Alex Ferguson ever sell, apart from Tevez, which was a bit of a tricky situation, did he ever sell his best players to the likes of Liverpool? Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't sell their best players to a rival team in the same league. He always sold them abroad. And this is where I think we've got this mid-table mentality instead of these beasts. We need to not... Yeah, you can go, mate, but you're not going to Liverpool. No way are you going to Liverpool. Also, Liverpool are just taking the piss out of us. They're just taking the piss out of us. Like, so I definitely wouldn't be selling them. I wouldn't be doing them any favours whatsoever. They've ended up with our target, our number one target, and our best striker if they get him. Like, that's a proper pie in the face. That, like, we need to get a grip. So disappointed if that happens.
They've already agreed terms.
You are?
Apparently they've already agreed terms with.
No, you don't know what to believe though. I seen on a Newcastle page, and he's quite good. He's supposedly there's not even been an offer in, a formal offer yet.
Well, that's it. Nah. So apparently they're just talking to his agents and representatives.
I think because Eddie Howe's too nice, right, with the players, and I won't fault Eddie Howe's given me no reasons to not trust his decision making. Even when there's times I think, why are you doing that? He's always proved me wrong. But so I can't really say much. But I think he is too nice, and I think he's very good with players. But that's how he gets the best out of them. So I think he'll have a good relationship with Isaac, and I think say, look, I'll try and get you out, but we haven't got a replacement for you. And I think the club's looking for a replacement. If we don't get a replacement, then he's got to stay. I think that's what they'll do. We went for that Sesko. I mean, look at everyone we've been for this season. João Pedro,
Yeah.
Chelsea comes along and we'll give you more money. Gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trafford,
And Bremo.
City, and
Trafford.
Bremo, we couldn't afford his wages. But Trafford as well going to City. Like everyone
27
we've
million.
been for, someone's just outbidded us. How are we ever gonna get up there? It's just ridiculous. So rigged and corrupt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I wish? This is what I wish. And I thought was a very bad idea. But now I wish that Super League went ahead. I wish the likes of City, Liverpool, Man U, the top six, honestly, I wish they fucked off into the Super League, right? And the Premier League, we brought 5 teams up from the Championship. I'm telling you now, it would be a more entertaining league.
Yeah.
If you didn't know who was going to win the league that season was so hard, that for me is a more entertaining league. Instead of the same faces winning it. But yeah, bring back the Super League if you're listening. Bring back the Super League. Get these clubs gone. Because they go because it's all about money. But anyway. Who am I,
Just
Dan?
been a
Who am I?
disappointment. But it looks like Sesko's probably, if he goes, he's going to go to
Man U.
Man U.
Yeah.
So
I would prefer Isaac to go to Man U over Liverpool.
I don't understand it. Like, yes, I mean, I can understand him wanting more money if he's a great player. But if you've said, like, yes, this is the length of contract that I want, this is the amount of money I want for that length of contract.
Yeah.
Like,
how can you then say I want to go?
I want to go,
Yeah.
or you know, to understand the situation that the club is in, to be like, all right, well, I want double me wages to sign a new contract or anything like that. But just it's quite frustrating because, like you say, we know we've got the money to spend, but we are restricted until our turnover a season can be 600-700 million, the likes of Liverpool and City and Chelsea.
Yeah, but we it's going to take us. You do know it's going to take us decades to get up there, competing with them because of PSR and the rules around sponsorships. All Man City done and Chelsea done, right? All they done was sponsorship deals, overhype them. That's it.
Yeah.
And then the rules came in. Oh, it's too late now. We can't do it because the rules are in.
But even then, like I say, I don't know the rules. Like, I haven't studied the rules, and I would hate to fully study the rules. But the likes of Chelsea being able to sell the women's team to themselves, for overinflated prices when the revenue was like 11 million, but they're selling them for like 200 million. So it's stuff like that where it's just like, right, well, if they're doing it and they have literally just done it, you do it. So surely then.
But it's morally wrong though. This is the thing. It's morally wrong, and I don't think
the Saudis have got many morals, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah, but I think it's the club itself. Like, like it is bad if you saw the women's team. I know it's like it's just a piece of paper, but I think it's just so sad what they've got to do. It's just so sad. Like, it's just the money's honestly the money is really putting people like me off. It makes me think people just revert to grassroots again and non-league football. That's all people will do. They'll just get so sick of the money. But my missus reminded me the other day, and she actually brought me back down to earth because I was so pissed off on Facebook and seeing Isaac in Liverpool. And Liverpool, my worst team, I can't stand them. Can't stand them. She just said, look, you're fighting relegation every season. So I've sort of gone through that era of fighting relegation every season to now finishing 4th Champions League and arguing over the world's best striker, like who we've got. Normally, we're never even mentioned in a conversation of that.
Yeah.
So we
yeah.
are in a fantastic position. But the thing what's really disappointed me this season, this transfer market, is we've now got the money to spend and we just can't attract players because the wages.
We can't spend it. Yeah.
It's just so sad. These players, man, they're just spoiled little brats. Piss me off.
The funnies, mate.
Yeah.
But this is
Not like rugby players, are they though?
Nah. I know.
we're in the realms of Champions League football, so you basically your pool of players is now the best in the world,
Mm.
and the best in the world want to go to the best in the world.
Yeah, that's what's hard, isn't it?
Unfortunately, and we aren't even close.
It's a bit like
So that-
Facebook Marketplace, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to sell an item over £500 on Facebook Marketplace, you're not going to sell it, because if people's got more than £500 to spend on Facebook Marketplace, they'll just buy new.
They're not going to be on
Do
Facebook.
you know what I mean? One of the
Yeah.
worst analogy I've ever said. I was saying to him, like, because we've got like a couch up there from like my mother-in-law. But she bought the couch brand new. It was like £3,000 couch. She'd had it less than a year, brand new, beautiful electric recliner. And I was like, where do we sell this at? Well, you can try Facebook Marketplace. And then was like, we'll put it up for £1,000. I was like, if somebody's got £1,000 to spend on a couch, they're the type of people who can just get brand new. You can't sell something on Facebook Marketplace more than £500. Do you know what I mean? So you put it on. It's been on. We brought it all the way down to £600. Still can't sell it because people who've got more than £500. They'll just go and buy new.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't make sense in regards to the football, but I know what you mean, Dan. I'll tell you what, we're doing a lovely pump today.
It's frustrating because you want to know what happened when we got into the Champo first time round.
Yeah.
We didn't invest in Champions League football.
I know, but
yes, I thought we did well and we should have got through, but
don't you think we've learned from? You'd think we would have learned from it. Like, we going into this season weaker. We've lost Callum Wilson, Sean Longstaff. What else have we got? Well, Sven Botman's injured again now because he came off the other day after fucking 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he played yesterday. I didn't watch the match yesterday. I was busy, but he came off in. The only thing we've done is and we might lose Isaac. We are literally a lot weaker. And you think we would have learned from last season, from the last time we were in Champions League? Do you know what I mean? So I'm a bit. If we lose Isaac, I'm a bit worried for this season. I won't lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've got a few youth through the door, but again, it's just these are all for the future. It's not for an immediate impact. So
that Sion Son supposed to be
the 18-year-old Korean lad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be he was unreal yesterday. His skills and that.
I think it'll be a good one. Same with that Cordero.
Yeah.
The Spanish youth.
Yeah.
But again, it's
what are the starters? Do you know what I mean? We need to improve the starting team. But we need that Scalvini. He looks class in that Scalvini because Sven Botman's injury. We definitely need another centre back. Lascelles is not up to par at all. Like, I think he made a mistake yesterday, didn't he, or something? And he didn't play too good against Arsenal. The last one I watched, he wasn't too good against them. Like, I think he's a great guy. His heart's a proper mint for the club, but he's just not up. He's not up to the standard, I don't think.
Pete, do you know when you're measuring your pips out on the gold?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put your break even down. Activate when I'm measuring the pips on it. Is it like 1,200 pips?
You just take away the last one digit at the end.
0, it's 120 pips.
Yeah.
Take away the last 0, yeah?
Yeah.
Or the last digit.
Yeah, so if it's 1,200, it'll be 120 pips.
It's showing like 11.39, so
Yeah, just yeah.
113. So you would just like you move the decimal point one along to the left with gold.
decimal point one along to the left.
One along to the left.
Alright, so decimal point to the
Then you go,
one to the left. Right.
and then you go away and watch the women's football. It's more entertaining.
I'll tell you what, right?
It is, isn't it?
The standard's not the standard. I'll be fair. The standard's nowhere near. However, they don't half fight more than the blokes. They don't half fight more than the blokes. I
And the
think.
brawler don't hold their ankles and the legs.
Yeah. The you get far less diving. Far less diving. I tell you what, I do like. I've seen the new rule. I've seen the new rule they're bringing in next season with in regards to so if a goalkeeper has, do you know when you get these goalkeepers wasting time where they catch the ball and then they do about 5 roly-polies and then they lie on the floor for a bit and then they fling the ball on the floor and then they kick it out just to waste time. So they've got 8 seconds to release the ball out to a player, or the ref can give the other team a corner.
What?
Same as in throw-ins. So if you take longer than 8 seconds to throw the ball, the ref can blow his whistle and give the throw-in to the other team.
Oof.
I think it's good, me. I do. I think it's good. It's going to speed the
Suppose
game up.
Yeah, it forces the hand of
Yeah.
teams, doesn't it, to organise themselves quicker and
Yeah, and goalkeepers are going to have to be more switched on.
yeah.
There'll be loads of mistakes this
So-
season, you know.
Us going for Aaron Ramsdale then might not be a great.
I don't get it. I like Aaron Ramsdale, but I really don't get it. I don't know. Is this because he's going to sell Pope for maybe 15 mil? Do you know what I mean?
Wait, Pope or one of the other 50 goalkeepers?
Yeah,
That was-
like you got Ruddy, you got Dubravka. Why do we need another goal? Honestly, mate, I don't get it. Trafford he had a mint season last season, so
Yeah.
I got that. Plus he's young, so I thought, you know what, they're targeting to grow with us,
yeah.
but I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Do you know what? Do you know what I'd like to bring? And there was mention of it. Paqueta from West Ham. Bruno's mate.
Yeah. I think him and Bruno obviously are best mates, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, you know, if he's cleared of all of his charges and we're not going to get somebody in again who's going to be banned
Yeah.
for a year or for life, then as a midfielder, I think that might work, considering we've lost Longstaff. Willock is very injury prone.
Yeah. Well, he came off the other day on a stretcher, didn't he?
Yeah.
What happened there? Do you
I
know?
don't think it's as bad as it looked,
Oh.
but you never know.
And this is the thing. So if Willock's out, yeah, did Joe Linton come on yesterday? Don't
I
know.
can't remember.
Sven Botman's out. Like, we only need 2 more injuries and we have a full-blown crisis if we don't sign anyone else.
Yeah, it's just. Do you think we're going for Watkins? I don't think Villa want to sell him, to be fair.
I don't know. I'm not keen on Watkins, mate.
Mm.
This is why I put that Facebook rant on the standard.
Yeah.
Strike. What other strikers is there? Danny Welbeck. Like, what other strikers is there to go for? The standard's so low in our in this era. This decade.
What about the like the rules in UEFA for having like homegrown players and stuff like that?
I don't know, because I said I would rather. Yeah, I would rather lower the standard of football and have more. I'm not even on about English here, right? Dan, I'm on about local areas. So they've got to be within, I don't know, 100 miles, say, of that area. So local lads, and what it'll do, it'll give the kids more chance, because I'm going to say it here, right? I honestly believe in order to be a footballer, it's all about who you know. It's not even about the talent, right? I do believe we could have a 10 times better English football team if we had a way to identify every kid as a youth. If we had a way to identify and actually pick the best in England. But there isn't a way, because I do believe when there's trials and things like that, kids get picked over because dad knows someone. I do believe, I've seen that with Hartlepool United. I had a friend who was a footballer. He was fucking mint. He was by far one of the better players, and he didn't get picked because his parents didn't know anyone. Yeah, and there was a shit kid who got picked, and only because his dad was well in with the club. And I think that happens across the board, believe it or not. So if you put these kids have the same training as the guys who are playing now, I believe we'd have a by far better standard. But with the homegrown thing, I think we need to bring it back to its roots. You need to have at least 5 to 6 on the pitch every time from that local area. That'll bring football back to the community and local, instead of it's all going international. And this is what I don't like about Newcastle. It's all going international. I can't even get a ticket anymore, me. I didn't have one ticket last season because of the ballot.
That's what happens when you get the VIP booth, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, it's just I might start supporting City. I'll always get a ticket there, wouldn't I? There's always spare seats there. Yeah, this is not. Now what's happening here? I'm gonna shoot off. I've got things to do. There's no point staying on because this. So what? The only thing you could do, but I'd just be careful as well. You'd need at least a forward close back below 3301. If you get a forward close back below there, you could potentially look at sells that might initiate the daily flipping. But you've got to go risk free at 3260. So you could potentially take the 4, but you'd need a 4. You need a high, nothing lower than a 4. Or you could just get sell steps off underneath the daily, but still you've got to go risk free here. You could do that if you want to. I'm going to set an alert around these levels. And then I'll have a look at it when I'm out and about. To whether I get the sell stop off the daily. But other than that, these trades are still valid. I've got alerts set on 3, 3, 4, 5. It's just a case of can we get up there. That's it really. So yeah, unfortunately no trade this morning for me. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be on a lot longer tomorrow. I'm going to stay on till about midday, I think, tomorrow.
No worries, Pete. I'll catch you there, buddy.
Yeah, no worries, Lee.
I don't know.
Dan, I'm going to love you and leave you, mate. I know you're back at work tomorrow, aren't you? But
Yeah.
don't worry, I'm going to keep every Thursday off just for you. No one else,
Excellent.
just you. So every Thursday, we'll have off. All right, geezer. Right, if you watch on
Have a good
YouTube,
weekend.
like and subscribe. I'll be back on tomorrow. If you watch on TikTok,
Bunny lad.
like and do whatever you do on there. See you later, cheers. Catch you later. See you later, everyone.